Okay, so Modern Warfare Season 6 is almost here, and I thought what better way to celebrate this than to talk about what happened in Season 5 and what I would like to see in Season 6. So let's start off with some stuff that happened in Season 5. First off, we got the 3 guns. The ISO SMG, which I didn't use because the MP5 is still just better. The AN94, which is an assault rifle that I used a lot because it was pretty solid in multiplayer and in Warzone. And then we had the Finn LMG halfway through the season. Now the Finn LMG, when it came out, I used it a lot because it had the chainsaw attachment, which basically turned it into a minigun, and that was sick. But then when you take that into Warzone and you try to make it a Warzone gun, it shoots marshmallows at people and doesn't do a lot of damage, so it wasn't very good. Now we also got 3 maps: Livestock, which was a gunfight map; Suldal Harbor, which was a 6v6 map that I thought was good but others don't share my opinion. There was also Petrov Oil Rig, which I have not played a single match on Petrov Oil Rig in my entire life, but the people who play with me have said it's a bad map. That probably means it's not a very good map. We also had the Games of Summer, which was basically just mini games that you could play in multiplayer. Basically, it just gave you rewards based on how you performed in the mini games. There was a marksman one where you had to snipe a bunch of targets. There was a parkour one where you had to do parkour. I didn't do any of them because I wasn't interested in the rewards, but the people who did do them said that they were pretty fun. Now moving over to the Warzone side of things, the thing that I was most excited for, and I'm sure everybody was excited for this one, was the train. Now for the first 2 days, the train was popping off. But then after that, for the rest of the season, I forgot it existed. The train, basically, it just goes around in a loop around the map. And that's pretty much it. You know, there's some chests on there, but you know what, it's honestly not worth it. The only reason that the train is good is that if it's going the same way that you need to go and the gas is coming up on you, you can hop on the train and it'll take you to safety. Now we also saw that Stadium opened up, which before you could not enter Stadium. Now you can enter, go through all the rooms inside of Stadium and enter the actual middle part of the stadium. Now related to Stadium opening up, we also saw the Cold War reveal event, which honestly was one of the best ways that they could have played the trailer. Basically, they put you in a Warzone map, they make you do stuff around the map, and then they say, alright, the gas is closing in, get to Stadium as fast as you can. When you get to Stadium, it played the Cold War trailer, and that was honestly more than I expected from them. I thought that they would just, you know, make everyone run to Stadium and then play it on a sign or something, but no, they actually had stuff happen during the game and it was pretty cool. Now before this happened, we had a bunch of YouTubers trying to solve the Cold War reveal. They were given projectors with ciphers and stuff and they had to figure all that out. They got to a website from a chess game and I don't even know how they did it, to be honest, but you know what, good on those guys because they managed to find out the day of the reveal and get even more information about the game. Now towards the end of the season, probably my highlight of the season, if I'm being honest, was the Cold War Alpha. Now the Cold War Alpha, although not really Modern Warfare, I'm still going to talk about it because the Cold War Alpha was pretty good in my opinion. Obviously there's some kinks they have to work out, one kink named the AK-74U, but I feel like the game is going to be good, you know, because previously I've seen people play the game but I haven't played it hands-on, right? So I couldn't really tell if the game was going to be good or not. But in my opinion, I think that the way things are going, sure, maybe the animations aren't as good as they could be, but I think that we're going to have a good year. Now that's pretty much most of the big things that happened in Season 5. So let's just move on to what I want to see in Season 6. Now probably the thing that I'm looking forward to the most about Season 6 of Modern Warfare is the Cold War beta. You know, that's going to be 2 weekends of Cold War beta, plus I pre-ordered so I get 4 extra days on that. It's not Modern Warfare, so I'll leave it there for now, but you know, it's happening. Now since it's pretty late into the life cycle of Modern Warfare, I'm not going to beg and plead for them to fix things that I know they're not going to fix, right? Like at this point, Ghost is gone. There's no point in them changing it. The game is pretty much already dead at this point, so I'm just going to be realistic here. What I want to see on Tuesday when this Season 6 drops, I want to see changes to the map, okay? I don't know about you, but just dropping into the exact same map every single game, it's getting a little bit tiring, okay? I have to be honest. Now, I know they're adding a subway system that's underground that I don't know how it's going to work yet, but they're adding that, so that's good that they're making steps in the right direction. One thing I was just hoping is that they would add new locations. What they did is they took the existing locations and they just changed them up, like the stadium. They added the inside of train station, which I didn't even know, right? But what I want to see is something new, something that they add somehow. I don't know how they would explain it, but maybe the nuke would be involved or something. I also want to see something related to the nuke because we've seen it since like season 3, and since then we have not heard anything about them whatsoever, at least from my knowledge. I think that people were saying that it's gonna happen after season 6 when Cold War drops and they're transitioning Warzone from Modern Warfare to Cold War. Now I just also want to see something about Cold War and Warzone because I genuinely am so confused at how they're gonna transition Warzone between two games with two different engines. Now if they were running on the same engine, that makes sense because all you gotta do is change, you know, the guns and whatever, but they're not. Okay, Cold War, having played it, is completely different from Modern Warfare. Literally, I was playing Cold War for one weekend. After the alpha ended and I played Modern Warfare again, I was struggling so much to aim. I don't know if that's just because I'm bad at COD, or I just don't know. If Warzone is still running on the Modern Warfare engine and multiplayer is running on the Cold War engine, how are they gonna let players transition between Warzone and Cold War? Now if Warzone now begins to run on the Cold War engine, that brings up a whole series of new questions about, well, okay, how are they gonna change all the stuff that people like about Warzone to be in Cold War? Cold War has 150 health, Warzone has 100. How are they gonna do it? That's just my question. I just don't know yet, and I hope that we'll see some answers in the next season. Probably not in the game, but just like, I just want to see, you know, because I'm honestly curious. I don't expect to be playing Warzone as much because zombies is gonna be a thing, but you know, we'll see. Anyways, that's gonna be it. Pretty much, this is the end of Modern Warfare as we know it. It's been a good year. That's a lie. It's been a questionable year, but you know what? I've enjoyed every step. Okay, from when Ghost was overpowered to the end when Ghost was still overpowered, you know, I've enjoyed it. Okay, so that's gonna be it. If you have anything that you want to see in Modern Warfare, the 10 people watching this who have stayed to the end, then leave it in the comments. But otherwise, I'll see you in season 6.